Hi. I believe it must be December 14th. It's like, wow. So what does that mean? Does that mean 10 days? Christmas Eve is 24 and we're on 14. So it might not be totally 10 days when you count it out. It might be one more. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, so let's just see. Today is the 14th. So we don't count today. So we 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 10 days. Not counting today, but counting the 24th because that is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's really close. Really close. This kitty I'm in, he loves cardboard. Okay, so I've got cardboard boxes around. So he has made a total disaster of my room. And I just didn't do anything about it because it just keeps coming. So I just cleaned it all up. Even used a broom and a dustpan after I'd cleaned a bunch by leaning over. He bites the cardboard and he pulls it apart, and then he's got all these little cardboard things all over my room, all over the floor around where the cardboard is. So far, he's been good about not chewing up what's inside of it. If he did, I would have a fit. I would probably be a lot better of a manager of my stuff. Because I know he loves cardboard, okay? I would have to lift this up to show you what he's done to that box, but the whole one end of it, on the end, is pretty much gone, okay? There's still, there's still about this much. I had my face in there, so let's see if I can show you. There, about that much on the bottom of the box. And it's a rectangle box. Maybe it's 12 inches, maybe it's 14. It's probably 12. 12 inches one way, and we'll say it's more than 18, but I don't know if it's 2 feet. You know, usually it'd be in sections of like 6 inches. So, anyway, the point is, the end of that box is missing. And it's come off of there piece by piece. You'll be over there just going to town. It's a really great toy. I don't believe he chews it up, but even if he does, it's paper. I mean, what I mean is swallow it. But he sure had the floor covered. Nah, he was over there doing it again. Now he's over here sitting on the end of the bed. Okay. For some reason, I have a lot of electricity. That's what it is. I always have hair in my face. And I was kidding, but not. If you ever get those energy surges. By the way, I forget what I said. So before I get any further, yes, dry my eyes out here. Okay. I know I said it was 14th because I talked about it, okay? Did I say it's Lou? Anyway, it is. And my hair wants to stick to me all over. I guess if I had a lot of electricity, it'd be flying away from me, right? It would depend on the polar axis or something. I don't know. I'm just being silly. But you know, like the magnetic pole or whatever. Because there is energy all over the place. And I bet that's what it is. That technology they've kept from us is they know how to tap into that. And everybody could be having our electricity for free. That's what I've heard. Don't know if it's true. You know, that's a conspiracy theory. But no, it's like what I've heard is there's a lot of technology that the government has kept from us. That there would be an uproar if we knew. Because really, if we could have electricity for free, why are we paying $300 and $400 a month? $300 and $400 a month. Let me say that again. Now, some people get a discount. My dad got a discount because he was older and he owned his house. But every community, every county has their own laws about that. And I don't think they stop and read and know exactly what's going on. Because, just for instance, if you own your house, what I've heard in the past, if you own your house, you get a discount, a heavy discount on your property taxes. After you hit 65 and you live in that, you have to live there. And they ought to really just give it to everybody who owns and have a discount on all the properties because we're providing homes. There's a benefit to what we're doing if we own more than one place. But the point is, every community is different. And why did I say that? Oh, I wanted to get the discount on my property taxes. And really, my property taxes weren't that bad there. And I didn't think about it over at the other places. But I have two places that have pretty cheap taxes, but they add up. And then I have one place that has more taxes. But when I had my first house in Kansas, then the taxes there were over $1,000. That's highway robbery for someone who's over 65 and owns their house. And yes, how dare I think about discounts? Well, they're out there, people. When you hit 65, there are discounts. And I don't believe that we should be paying property tax in the first place. If you own your house and you've already settled up and stuff, they need to find a better way. The people, all those taxes go for different things. They've got it all divided up, okay? The amounts that you are charged. How can I back that up? Let's see. I have to back myself and look, but I know it's true. Just like, when I receive my property taxes, there's a bunch of different categories as to what the taxes are, how much is taken out. And part of it is schools. That's what I was going to say. So the people who are having children of a school age, actually, they should get a discount too. I think they should not have property tax. And if they do have property tax, it should be low. Hey, what are you doing, kitty kitty? Get it. I'm going to smack you one. You better get over here. Come here, kitty. Come here, Vader. All right, good boy. Good boy. He was about to jump up on that dresser, and that dresser's covered with stuff. You know how they can put their little paws anywhere, right? Knock everything off the dresser is what you do. So anyway, my voice is weird. I've been sitting here just listening to my brain. And it goes in and goes out, so... But I just thought it was interesting what was going on. So it's good that you can enjoy your brain, people. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Some people are... we all need to be entertained is what I'm thinking. Entertainment, that's a big business, right? I can remember when the entertainment was on the radio. They didn't have the TVs. Because I can remember things when I was really young. Okay. So how old would I have been? 65 years ago. 5 years old, maybe. They were out in the yard with a radio in the middle of them, and I was sitting around listening to a program. I probably sat down and listened too, and it would be something like, I can see him. This horse named Silver. It was Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. They had a show. Can't remember what it was called. And then there was, I don't know if it was Roy Rogers. No, it was not. It was somebody else and his Indian friend Tonto. They were shows, like 30-minute shows, but I don't know. They're on the radio. They would be, I bet you, they would be part of those first ones. You'd have to look up what some old radio shows were. It's amazing what they've done in just a few years. And what they could have done if they let everything loose, right? Yes, I know, my eyes look like it, and it's true. They're telling a tale on me. I went outside and had a couple hits earlier, and since I have not been getting as much, I haven't been smoking very much. First high of the day is the best one. So the first high in 2 or 3 days of not is way good. Anyway, I know. So I'm almost done with Matthew. What do you think? You guys tired of me talking about Matthew and reading Matthew? I think it's interesting because really we're reading about Jesus through Matthew's eyes, okay? And he was a stickler for detail. And then they've got so much to say in such a little bitty space. So they have to be concise. But I know if he is like he was portrayed on The Chosen, he was a stickler. He was a perfectionist, a stickler for detail. And I know what that's like, okay? But the point is, I believe that what he has to say is of great worth to us, and it's also concise. There's so much more. But with his, whatever his situation was, whichever they would call a disorder, being a perfectionist was one of them. He was great on The Chosen. I love The Chosen. I just haven't. They got this thing now. BYU channel is free, but you've got to sign up. You've got to create a thing, an account. And then I just get lost. And I've created so many different things, and I've tried to keep track of passwords. Yes, you can put it on your phone. And then your phone moves the passwords. It's now under the keys. I thought that was pretty good. Anyway, I'm just up here on a Saturday morning. I do have water. I went down and got my water. So I'm thinking about doing, and I have done a little. But it didn't sound good over there. Anyway, I've got this little teaspoon. I've showed it to you before. You can see, I guess, I probably licked on it. That's not very much, and I can't, if I tip it to show you, it'll tip out, so don't do that. And I'm going to, maybe I'll have the coffee. Excuse me. My fat arm, I'm sorry. If I knew how to edit that, I would take it out. So anyway, I don't know what they're saying on the internet about how much to use of the baking soda, because they are using it. They are talking about using it. But the reason I'd be using it is because my naturopath said that it would be a good idea. Couldn't hurt nothing, basically, is what she's saying. She saw, I will call it a seminar. I don't know if it was a seminar or what you would call it, but it was a learning, teaching thing. There was a guy up on the stage, a doctor, professor, surgeon, something, because evidently he did surgeries for cancer. He was something to do with cancer. I need to put this in my mouth. But he was telling them that his theory is that cancer is a fungus, and that baking soda, a treatment with baking soda, I don't know how he did it. He might have put baking soda in the solution. But I'm sure they did a thing where they could tell where the cancer was, just like a PET scan. That's what my PET scan is. So like with me, for the PET scan, what they did is I had to not have any carbs. I had to starve myself of carbs for the day before and that morning, which doesn't seem like a lot, does it? But it is. But nevertheless, so you make the attempt. So what was the point of that? I'm gonna change hands. I got itchy going on in my finger. There's reasons for the things I say. I just don't always have enough time to catch that reason to give it to you. But maybe you can catch it because it usually goes with the conversation. So I'd have to backtrack. And I'm gonna use this. I've got I've got a little bit of that MCT oil in my coffee. I'm debating that if it would be better if it was hot, because the oil's all in one little slick, like round like that. And if it was hot, it would be all blended and it'd go down together. I'm gonna find I'm gonna find some non-dairy creamer, but I've just heard that they're not good for you either. And I tried milk. I tried milk and just the stevia. It just don't taste good. So I gotta do something because it does taste good with the creamer. And I'm supposed to get away from the creamer, the dairy. He said the other milks would be fine, the seed milk and the nut milk. All right, I'm going to do that. You guys have already seen me take ivermectin. Now I'm going to put this white powder on my tongue. And it's out of this box. Great Value baking soda. Probably was $1 or $1.25 because they do compete. I saw it before they changed their prices, but they do compete with the dollar store, which is a smart thing. But they don't give you a whole lot of choices for that. But the Dollar Tree and the Dollar General, they come up with unique things. And it's really cool on here. There are people on here that say, look at this hack that I did from Dollar Tree. And sometimes there's a whole bunch of them. A whole lot of different things they'll show you that are really neat. I'm sure they have that little glue gun there too. I mean, they have a crafting section, okay? But they do show using a glue gun, whether they sell it there or not. But I think that's what I mean. Sometimes it's really cool the things you can get for $1.25. But they have added things that you can get for $3 and for $5. And the Dollar General seemed like they were always, not everything, but a lot of things were right around $5 or less. It was called the Dollar General. Did not promise to be 99 cents for $1. But the dollar was in the store name. The Dollar General. I worked there for about 6 weeks. There's more to that job than you realize. And I went for it full force instead of being told, you can mellow out, you can slow down, you don't have to go like a, out of where. In other words, you don't know what your boundaries are. You don't know if you can sit down if you need to sit down for a minute. You want to do the work, but you want to be able to last. And I just couldn't do it. And that was when I was young. Well, around 36, 38. That's young. All right, I'm going to try to do this. Yucky do. It looks like my BC powders. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Ugh, coffee duty is still there. Not as bad as my face is showing, but there's still a lot there. But I've got enough in my mouth. I don't know what that would be like if I just stirred it into my coffee. Probably be okay, right? I've been seeing some things. I'm wondering what they're doing. I mean, I don't stop and listen too well. I've seen them. I think they're mixing baking soda with something else, maybe lemon juice, who knows. But they're doing something where it's fizzing all over the place. You know, they're talking about putting that inside of you, making things move. And I'll tell you what, that MCT oil will help. You don't want to do very much. So today I did less than a teaspoon. Yesterday I did a whole teaspoon plus some more. Not at the same time, but close enough. Anyway, I definitely got a result. Okay. It was like a private joke. I was doing a video and I said, I gotta go. I had to go. So, anyway. So here's the MCT oil. It's good to know that. I mean, that's not a hard thing to take. Put it in your cup of coffee or cup of tea. It's just a little oil. And I think it's an oil that is good for you. And they're saying, so I don't know their exact words, but they are saying it will help get rid of fat. Because your body will be doing something different inside. I'm not sure how to say what they're going to be doing. But it is getting their energy. They'll be getting their energy from the coconut oil instead of... I don't know, okay? Because you think about it, you are taking in fat. But there is something that's supposed to happen that makes it good to be doing that. So for a couple reasons, maybe it'll keep you regular, help you be regular, help clean out some of that crap that's stuck on your intestine walls. I don't know. Seems like it might. Because the other thing, I haven't been doing it. I'm not religious about that. And you know what that means, right? It means you're doing it over and over and over again. That's what religious means. Wow. I don't know if you guys can see. I bet you can't. Can you see my veins? That's true. I don't know how to show you very good, but they're up. I haven't put my oil on. I haven't taken any of my stuff, except for I did go smoke a little. So the THC is doing its job, I guess. Because really, under a normal circumstance, my veins don't pop up. Oh, the light's in the way. Let's see, turn that one off. And you probably still can't see, but you can see the blue lines, okay? And then there's one over here. And I'm trying to show you they're standing up. They're not underneath everything. Because you would normally you wouldn't hardly even see the blue. But there's blue lines. There should be another one up here too. And then, you know, you got these. That's where I put my ointment, and I should be using it. And also my body lotion. What goes on your skin goes in. And if you put it right there where you have a cluster of veins, so that light's on so you can't see. You got these veins, so look at your arm. I've made it so I can't really see them that well. That light's too bright though. Anyway, the point is, I didn't put any of my stuff on to get my veins like that, but I did have a couple hits, so. And you know, I don't remember exactly how many I had. but it wasn't very many. Oh, yes, Kitty. Yeah, you need to pack my bags for me. I did start. I did. What I've got to do is open up my other suitcase that's still got stuff in it. I've got to consolidate. That's what I got to do. And really, if I'd thought about it, I could have advertised things and sent it in the mail. I really love my books. So I've got to go through them. I'm going to take some of them with me, but I mean, really what I wanted to do was to keep them so that I could, maybe I will read them to you guys or read excerpts of it or something. Joseph Smith, you know who he is, right? Joseph Smith, the prophet Joseph Smith. He's the prophet of the restoration. Through him, the church was brought back to earth. Okay, people? The true church of Jesus Christ is here. And it's here for you, it's here for everybody. So, just saying. In my head it's saying, get with the program, man. I know. I just want people to know. That's all. And then I can say, hey, I tried. And I'm looking at my blood vessels. And in my head I'm saying, I am going to be a vessel for God. To help spread the word. To help you find the way. And I don't know what exactly it says, but it is talking about me. I did it one day on one of my videos. I said, let's do an experiment, okay? Tell me what it was. Blessed are the feet of the peacemakers, is what I said. Okay, and then maybe that's what I put together. And I bet I did not turn this thing up. I bet that I did not, because I do turn it down when I go to bed at night, so that there's just a little noise, and then I listen to the very same thing over and over every night, which is a happy ever after love story. Okay, so I'm way straight off my trail. I really just wanted to talk to you people like my brain was talking to me, now it's talking to you. And I'll listen. It's all in how you look at it, people. All in how you look at it. Okay, so 28 minutes. I need to read and get that done, but we can take a reprieve, right? You're not biting at the breath. Is that how they say it? Biting at the bit, biting at the bit. You're not biting at the bit for me to do another one. Some of you might be if you knew about me. But let's see. The next one's going to be Matthew 25. I was going to read you something else. Have you got your notepad, Linda? I found in my pictures, I found that list that I put on here. Here's a good one, and I did not write this one. I just used it, okay, just told about it. It's called, My Mama Said I Would Lose My Head. That's the title. My mama said that I would lose my head. Okay, the next one says, what these are papers that you can put in the search bar. You have to put that whole thing, what I just told you, and then you have to put on lose touch, okay? So it's my mama said, so that's MOMMA said I would lose my head. Okay, it's a little poem. It's from years and years and years ago. My daughter was maybe 6. No, she wasn't. She was about 3. Sorry. I'm looking at the houses where we lived. So, yeah, she might have been 2 or 3. It was when I had to go to school. I had a friend live with me at that time for a little bit. Actually, 2 guys and a girl. Another stories I could tell. Okay, so here's a different one. For a better look at my present on Lose Touch. Really? Oh, well, here's some other ones that I wrote down that are on there that I thought you might want to listen to. It says a little about me. So always put on Lose Touch. And then here's one. I put a date, okay, because I figure it's pretty important what I said in there. But it wasn't a paper that I had written, so it was current for this date. You put the date in and put on Lose Touch and it should show up, okay? It says July, so it's July 21, 2023. And then I've got it in a parentheses, part of a parentheses, I said cancer. But there's probably some important stuff in that video. July 21st, 2023. Okay, so then Destiny is the title of one. So Destiny on Lose Touch. Beauty of the Rose on Lose Touch. 3 beings within. On Lose Touch. Powers of God, gifts unto his children. On Lose Touch. Listen to the still, soft voice. On Lose Touch. Turn on your light so you are not in the dark. On Lose Touch. Resurrection Day. I wonder what that might be. I might have renamed that. Take a little note and see if I did. Okay? It's Resurrection Day is what's written as the title. Okay? So that would be Resurrection Day on Lose Touch. But I'm wondering if it's something else, and I renamed it. I wonder when my day will be. Should be on this list, but I don't think it is. Okay, so I wonder when my day will be. And in that thing, I am talking about Resurrection Day, but I don't know if I could recite it. I just know that part of it. So I wonder when my day will be when I am of the body dead, when I am gone away from thee. And then I say some stuff. And then I said, my spirit will await for that great day, the great and dreadful day of the Lord. But I don't know if I said that part, but that's what I was talking about. It almost, if you didn't know what I was talking about, and if you didn't carry through on the poem, you might think I was waiting to die. I just wanted to die. Well, that's not the case. The thing is, we don't know when we are of the body dead. We don't know when that's coming, okay? So I was wondering when that would be. This was way a long time ago. You got to realize 30 to 40 years ago that I wrote that. So I was a young thing. I was 27 when I wrote one of them. Turn on your light so you're not in the dark. I was 27. So what was my point there? Resurrection Day. That's what I was talking about. It's Resurrection Day. Because first I'm dying. When I'm on the body dead, I'm already gone. I'm already gone away from thee, okay? And so then I'm wondering, my spirit can't wait for that day, the resurrection day, when I get my body back, when my spirit gets to enter my body again. That's what resurrection's all about, people. Picking up your body. And it's supposed to be in perfect form. I hope so. Because I know I was a beauty. But, when does all your brain come to be? Because you learn until you die. And then actually you're still learning on the other side. Plus you remember your previous existence. So there was a lot of learning there. Just think, oh my, how smart can we be already? That we just don't remember. Okay? Some of us can key into things, but, tune into things. But I don't know that I have been amazed at some things, but, it's not something that you know about until after you've seen it. I mean, you don't know yourself until after you've experienced it, and it could come out of the blue, like those meetings with strange people that I don't know. I told them what they needed to know. Just by opening my mouth. I'm just chatting along. Yeah. I hope that she's watching, that young lady. See, that was one experience, and then I went to the Dollar Tree, and in the checkout stand, and there's that young woman, and we're talking. She liked my shirt. I had a Hogwarts shirt on, okay, so she liked my shirt. She asked me what house I was in, so then I carried on a conversation with her, and I proceeded to tell her, which was the truth. For about 10 years, I went to sleep with Harry Potter. I had it on the TV, the very first episode, okay? I bought the deal, what would you call it, the DVD. I bought a DVD, put it in the machine, and it would just keep playing it over and over and over again. I didn't have to be awake to turn it back on. Now, in some instances, that's probably not good, but I knew that movie by heart, and I had a problem with nightmares. And so if I could just get past that first stage, I needed something to help me drift away. And that's what Harry Potter did for me for about 10 years. And then I went on to The Good Witch and, but I don't do that anymore. I try to not have very much noise, and really the best thing would be to have a timer so it shuts off. The very best thing that would be is to do what young lovers do. Go to bed and make love and go to sleep because you're tired. That would be nice. So I'm just saying, that song's playing in my head. Young lovers do. As one of the lines in it anyway. Or like lovers do. That's what it is. I'm the one who said like when you're young. Like lovers do. Go to bed and exhaust yourself. Anyway, shouldn't exhaust ourselves. We'll take that a little bit slower. But anyway, that was just a side thing. Okay, so I was still telling you guys things to look for, okay? Okay, so the last one that I just told you was Resurrection Day. This one is called Forbidden Fruit. It's another one that I renamed. I renamed it Forbidden Fruit. That's not what the name was. It's really good though. So what was the name? I'm talking about Adam and Eve and why they had to partake of the fruit in order to have us children, okay? They were told not to partake of the fruit of that tree, but they were also told to multiply and replenish the earth with people. So I don't think any of I think I read that. I don't think any of the living creatures knew about creating, having sex, until they partook of that tree, that fruit. The fruit, what was it, the tree of truth and knowledge or something like that. But it is to be like God. It is to become like God, which means we have to go through all these trials. We have to go through all these struggles, and we have to put our brain to work and make choices. And what do you do with the bad things that happen to you, and what do you do with the good things that happen to you? It's all a test. A test, and you're going to take your knowledge back with you. But without partaking of the forbidden fruit, Adam and Eve would be lollygagging in the Garden of Eden, not knowing what sex was. Okay? Forever. Maybe naked. But they just didn't know any better. That didn't mean anything to them. Kind of like children, little children, it's just it's not a thing. It's not something they think about until someone teaches them. So you better be careful what you be teaching your children, because you're inviting trouble. The things that you watch on TV and then you forget they're on, and then there's people on the TV having sex. I can't believe that's a part of movies. Yeah, the word just came to me. That's diabolical. But it is what you expose your little children to when you teach them to do things that they wouldn't have even thought about. Kids having sex. You've already taught them how. They don't have to guess about it. They don't have to worry about it. It's right there. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm just saying, people, we should do better. Do better at what you expose your children to. And I know I was bad. But I'm telling you, don't do that. It's not something you want to do, okay? There are always natural consequences for the things you do. Okay, so I've already been 43 minutes. There will be no scripture on here, but I am going to do Matthew 25. Maybe if I just do one a day. But I don't have an aversion to reading in the scriptures. It's just I'm not a good reader. And sometimes I just don't want to read what I've read. Like in the Book of Mormon. When I first started reading out of the Book of Mormon on here, maybe not the very first thing, because I think I read something out of Alma first. But I don't want to go all over the place. So what I've been doing is reading the whole book. So the Book of Mormon comprises 15 books. 15 different parts of the Book of Mormon. And sometimes they're of different time frames, and they're of different content, because sometimes it's concentrating on the war, the battles, the history. And then there's this other place, other scriptures that are sacred. They teach you about the covenants of God that he makes with us. So covenants, and that's like an oath, O-A-T-H, oath. You make an oath with God. You'll do certain things and he'll do certain things. And there is the sealing power. The sealing power is here, people. But you have to have the authority. You have to have been given that power. So, in the temples, you have to qualify to get inside that temple. You have to go through 2 interviews with different people to get your temple recommend. Now, I'm not sure how long the recommend is good for, but you carry that in your pocket, in your wallet, or in your purse, your wallet. It's an important document. And that's the only way you get into those temples is with your. I just had thoughts coming through my head. You're a card carrying member. But it's true. In order to get to and inside, not get to, but inside the temple, that would be all the temples around the world, you need this document. You've been interviewed by 2 people and found worthy to enter in at the gate. I said that, okay, but it's true. Because what you're doing is the temple is made. The temple, all the temples are made where Jesus Christ can step his feet there. Now, I know that sounds stupid because I would think he could step his feet wherever he doggone well pleased. But maybe he stays up in the air. Maybe he doesn't step on the ground. But he can be in the temples because they're sacred, they're made, they're his house. Holiness to the Lord, and the Lord is Jesus Christ. Put all these puzzle pieces together. Anyway, you can go into the temple and be sealed to your mate for time and all eternity. Not until death do you part. And if you're already married, you can go and be sealed. I need to read that real quick. Okay, I'm sorry. These gadgets are wonderful. So Nancy sent me a text and I just text her back. Instead of having to run down the stairs and her run up the stairs or whatever. It was very good. So her and Philip are headed out. And she's let me know. And that's good. And I like to be able to. I've been thinking about that. Remember that movie, Andy Griffith? And his Aunt Bee came and stayed and helped out with the house and the child, and she came and lived with them, became part of their family. It's kind of nice, huh? I'm an Aunt Lou. I could go from house to house and help out as long as I'm in that situation where I'm free. There might come a time when I'm going to be so busy. I am going to be too busy. But it'll be okay. That will be about my Father's business. My Heavenly Father. Oh, okay. I was just telling her, asking if there's any instructions for dinner for the kids. She said, I'll be taking the kids with me. I went, oh. I wasn't expecting that. But that's cool. They're going to go look at Teslas. Everybody in the family seems to be getting on board with Teslas. Let's see. Philip has a Tesla. That's her boyfriend. Ex-husband, boyfriend. Anthony, her son, has one. And Austin just bought one not long ago. And he's like friends with Anthony. Well, Nancy's going to buy herself one. They are wonderful cars. I'm just saying, this whole family will be a Tesla family. I'd be afraid. I'd be afraid to drive that thing. I'm not that savvy, and it's computer operated, and you tell it what to do, But it has a lot of good qualities. Philips does. It drives itself, which is a good quality in some cases. But it also it senses things around it, I think, so it could keep you from. I think it even moves the car if you're getting too close to something. So I don't know what it would do in an accident mode. Just telling her, man, that light show ought to be really cool. So they're going to go look at Teslas or something like that, and then they're going to go look at a light show. Years ago, I went to a light show. It was really cool. If that's the same type of thing, lasers. Um, you're in an auditorium, and the seats kick way back, so you can look straight up at the dome, and then the lights are just going all over the place to some really great music. It was Pink Floyd. It was going to Pink Floyd. But that was so many years ago, my goodness. Jessica was probably 3 or so. It was with a guy named Greg, Greg. He was a friend of mine in Vancouver. Hope he's doing well. Anyway, I need to get busy. So, I'm basically alone in the house, but not. Okay, just Nancy and her family are gone. They're all leaving for a little road trip, for a fun thing. That's what I'm talking about, you guys. Having dates with your family. You have a date with your mate. Special. And then on another day, you have a date with your family where you all do something together. And you kind of have to pick and choose the days that you're available. But if they're teenagers, you know they're going to want to be busy on the weekend, unless you can somehow include that. Because it can be family and friends. It doesn't have to just be the family. However, it just depends on the ages, you know. You don't want to lose your kids, these little things. I would think, even as a little kid, I would think, because I wanted to ride on that little train. You know, like they would have it, fun parks or something. You go in, or like the fairgrounds or whatever, they would have a train. What was that? Because it was a train that covered a lot of ground so that you could see things, because you don't have enough time to see them. So that was a big thing. But I always liked those little trains. I'm just saying, I bet little kids would love to ride on a little train, because I know I did. I always wanted to ride on trains. But now, you know, if you want to take a train from, say, Vancouver to Kennewick, that's 4 hours. I don't have a need to go there anymore, unless I was to go see my Aunt Kathy. But I'm going to be going across the country, so I'm going to be in Pennsylvania. Maybe I'll go see Aunt Bonnie while I'm there, if somebody will come get me. I'm going to be at Jessica's for a while, unless things change. I mean, things could change, you never know. But the itinerary is Christmas Day, almost midnight, I'll be in Pennsylvania. I'll be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Going to Lansdale. She lives in Lansdale. She's got my numbers on her address. 133. Pretty trip. I know it's a silly thing. It's just been going on for years and years and years. When she was young, She knows all about my threes. Okay, so I think I should probably stop jabbering. And maybe I'll go ahead and read Matthew 25, but not on this video. And then I'm going to have to try to gather up stuff, clean out this room. I kind of like to have a space where I could just put my stuff so I could come back. You never know. She had said that once before, but I don't know how she feels about it now. It was a while back. It was the last time I was here, I think. I don't know. But the point was, she was saying that she had an idea that I could probably go spend a month here and a month there. But you don't want to live out of your bags. I guess you have to sometimes. And I'm really freaking hot now. Okay, guys. I'm going to let you guys go. No, I'm not. That's water. It's good to drink some water. And you know what I need to do? I need to put on a little jacket. Not right now because I'm hot. I need to go take a little walk. I should do that. Go walk outside. And I guess I could do a video while I did that. I think some people be missing my walking videos. I had a video, maybe it was shorter too. I think it might have only been a half an hour. But I didn't walk that full half hour. I talked a bunch. I just can't. I don't. My legs just don't seem to want to work like they used to, okay? I got to build up my stamina. But they do get, I don't know what they get. They just feel weak. And I don't want them to feel weak. But I do. For those of you that might want to know that, I feel so much better than I did when I was 63. I'm 70, okay? So something happened in between there that made things better. I just started falling apart at 63. It seemed like that's when my blood sugar was really high and I didn't go to the doctor. So I've been a bad girl. You guys do better than me. If you know you've got a problem, take care of it. Like right now, I don't have a primary care doctor, but I almost feel like I should go have myself checked out. Because the cancer doctor is all about just the cancer. You know, they've got their treatment. They're just watching over your blood work and see what they're doing is making sure that you're able to go in there and do what they're going to do to you. Something about your kidneys. So, you know, it is true what that woman said. I'm going to have this treatment, but I think I don't know what I'm going to do because I have not set up with anybody at Jesse's. It might be they can get me right in because there's lots and lots and lots of people, lots of clinics and stuff. And I guess they got some of the best in the world. I don't know. But I'm feeling really good. I'm going to do my ivermectin. And I don't know what the... I got the dosing right, but I don't know how many times they do it for worms, okay? And so what I was doing was every so often I would do it 2-3 days in a row. The first time I did it, I did 3 days in a row, I think. Or I did 3 days real close to each other, I'm not sure. Because the first day, I just took a little to taste it. So I got prepared. I had my cracker. I could put that stuff on my tongue, put the cracker in, and it'll take it off my tongue and get it in my body. So, you know, don't take offense, okay? But don't sit there and put it on your tongue and then wonder what to do about it, because it's not good. You know, they've got an apple on the box. Makes it look like it tastes like apple. There is a little bit of an apple taste, but not very much. That horse, I guess, is going to have that whole tube in his mouth, so that's different. But I cut it down to 10 different doses. And if you ever check on it, it's in a feed store. You can find it in a feed store. You are buying it for a horse, not for yourself. And it says ivermectin across the box. I've already thrown the box away, but it's probably right over there. I've shown it several times, so go back and look at some of my other videos. Share me. Share me. Put me on the big screen TV in your living room and turn me up. Oh, that's just a dream, okay? That's funny. Nevertheless, if there's something good, like sometimes I do have something different to say. So I can see it. I can see it being on the screen. It's okay. I'll just be sharing with you people, okay? Take care. You know what? I could wait, but that would be forced waiting, so I shouldn't. Oh man, I got so much to do. I don't want to do it. All right, you guys, take care.